Hi, my name is Kelly Hansen, and today I am going to be talking about the research credibility of the Gender in Children research article. Do I think the research was well designed? One reason why I think it was well designed is that it had a large sample size for a smaller population. The amount of transgender children from the ages of 5 to 12 is relatively small, so I think 32 participants was a good amount. Another reason why I think it was well designed is that they knew exactly how many people would be participating, even though that did change throughout the process. They detailed how many people would be in the primary group and how many people would be in the two control groups that they had. In the research article, step-by-step procedures for measuring each variable were listed. This included both implicit and explicit tests for gender identity and gender preferences. Potential confounding variables were identified. The article mentioned using only transgender children with family support and who openly expressed their gender identity in their everyday life. If they didn't do this, the children's results would have been affected by their own self-image and how others perceived them. A vocabulary test was given and parental income was compared to rule those out as being extraneous variables. As mentioned before, there were two control groups that were similar in both size and mean age to the primary group. While overall, I think that the research was well designed, one of the poorly designed parts were that the participants were too young to read for the implicit test of the gender identity. This only applied to the younger participants, but this was still a flaw in the design. The participants being too young to read and have the attention span for two of the important components, as well as participants being dropped from the study, led to missing data. This shows some flaws in the execution. However, the results that were included in the study did have a thorough analysis, and the conclusion was unbiased and supported by these results. So I think overall, the rest of the research was well executed. The primary findings of this study were that the transgender participants' responses differed significantly when compared to the control group of their natal sex. However, when compared to the control group of their expressed gender identity, they did not differ significantly. This led to the conclusion that transgender children were not confused or misunderstood about their gender identity, nor were they pretending to be something that they were not when it came to their gender. An issue that I had with the validity of this study is that the findings would not be able to be generalized to children of other age groups, or if they were in different life situations, such as not having that family support in their gender identity, or if they weren't expressing this gender identity to everyone else just yet. I also feel like there were some confounding variables that were left out that could interfere with the internal validity of this study. Thank you.